You're not lost. Your old identity is dying. Brother, welcome back to Living Enlightened. Last week, we talked about why the world needs centered men. Men who are grounded, present, and no longer ruled by emotional pressure. Today, I want to go deeper because many men over 50 carry a quiet feeling they rarely speak about. A feeling that sounds something like this: I don't feel like myself anymore. And sometimes that feeling can be unsettling. The things that once motivated you no longer do. The roles you carried for decades feel heavier now. The approval you once chased feels strangely empty. And if you're not careful, you may begin asking yourself, am I lost? Brother, I want to tell you something important today. You are not lost, but something is ending. Many men believe confusion means failure, but often confusion is simply the space between identities. The old version of you may be dying, and that's not tragedy. That is transition. For decades, many men built identity around providing, performing, producing, protecting, pleasing, proving. And hear me clearly, there is nothing wrong with responsibility. But responsibility becomes dangerous when it becomes identity. Because eventually, a man can forget who he is outside of what he does. And when life shifts, children grow, career change, relationships evolve, the body slows down, priorities deepen, the identity built around performance begins to crack. And many men mistake that cracking for collapse. But Centered Edge teaches something different. The Centered Edge begins with this understanding. What is dying may not be you. It may be the mask, the performer, the pressure carrier, the man who learned to survive but never learned to rest in himself. Brother, you do not need to panic when old identities stop fitting. You need to become curious, because this season is not asking, how do I become more impressive? It is asking, how do I become more true? And that requires centered. This is where we begin practicing Centered Edge. 3 simple words: stop, center, act. Stop. Pause before reacting to fear, pressure, or identity panic. Center. Return to presence, to breathe, to awareness, to the quiet place beneath performance. Enact. Move from clarity, not emotional survival. Most men reverse this. They react first and reflect later. Center men do the opposite, and that changes everything. Brother, maybe lately you felt more inward, less interested in all the noise, more selective with the people you choose to be around, less willing to perform, more protective of your peace. Do not immediately judge this, and do not call it weakness. Sometimes this is not withdrawal, this is wisdom. The nervous system, the spirit, and the deeper self are asking for realignment. And that realignment may be requiring releasing old identities that once protected you, but no longer serves you. So this week, I want you to sit with one honest question. Not quickly, not intellectually, but honestly, ask yourself, who am I when I am not performing for anyone? And if the answer feels unclear, that's all right. Don't rush. Awareness does not come and does not grow through force. It grows through presence. Brother, you are not broken. You are not failing. You are not disappearing. You may simply be shedding an old identity. The identity that carried you through one season but cannot lead you through the next. This is not collapse. This is refinement. This is awakening with grounding. This is the beginning of inner stability. Because remember, a man who loses performance may finally discover presence. And that is the work of living enlightened through centered edge. Until next time, stay grounded, protect your peace, and keep living enlightened.